Yeah, your favorite tail little bacon bear hanging at Camp Bacon with the one and only She the Series.
Yes, sir.
So I can't say one
Absolutely.
specific person,
Oh.
obviously, because there is a series. So I will let you guys introduce yourselves individually.
So I'm Lex. I am the CEO of She the Series. I am the creator, one of the writers, one of the directors, and the producer.
Okay, and
I'm Big Ty.
okay.
But no, I'm Tish. I'm also Ty in the series. So I'm also co-writer, producer, videographer, director. You know.
It's a lot of hats.
Yeah, it's a lot of hats. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm Samantha. I play Desiree on the show, and I assist with all things in between.
Okay. So like I said, a lot of hats here. So She the Series is a group. It's a movie. Is it a music thing? Can you give me some definition to it?
So She the Series is a LGBT based, DMV based web series on YouTube. We also have our own original soundtrack by our cast members. And the series is basically, it touches on anything that happens within our community, within and outside of the LGBT community, but we take it and make it relatable to everybody.
Okay. Just to give you a little bit more backstory for myself, Camp Bacon, this whole little movement and this thing to me is about storytelling and allowing people to tell stories. I sit around with rappers every day and we talk about musical journeys and things like that. But to me, what is important is giving a platform to people to have their storytelling moment, to talk about what it took to get them where they're supposed to be, the trials and tribulations and things like that. Honestly, like some Oprah and some Mayanda shit, honestly. Like somewhere across between those things. But storytelling is super important to me now. So She's a series, y'all capturing that. A series as a TV, is it a TV show or is it a movie? I feel like I'm playing charades now.
It's more so like a TV show.
TV show, okay. What issues do you think were important to capture when you first started the series?
Yeah. I think so. Our slogan right now is like a ghetto love story.
A ghetto love story, okay.
So we don't want people to like think it's, you know, like too hood or just about being hood or being in a ghetto. It's like our love stories could be about friendships and betrayal.
Our love stories, basically our love stories aren't just about relationships. Our love stories are about family. Our love stories are about friendships. And it's kind of like taking real life issues, so like gun violence, and then cheating and pregnancy and all types of stuff, and making it entertaining.
What misconceptions do you guys think that you're working to unhinge? Because that sounds like a very specific topic, very specific cast, and sounds very nuanced.
I think overall, speaking about the LGBT community in general, there's a lot of focus. I always say that the gayest thing about being gay is the sex, right?
The gayest thing about being gay is the sex.
And why is that? When you think about, like, that's the only thing that separates lesbian or gay relationships from a heterosexual relationship. It's the only thing that's different is how you have sex and the body parts that people have. Okay. So really taking the focus off of maybe that and showcasing that, like, we're literally having the same issues, the same relationship problems that anyone else is having, and just to kind of like destigmatize it. And then also outside of just being LGBT, just things that happen within the community and like your mental health and things that you have to deal with on a day-to-day basis. It's like we kind of like put it in your face a little bit.
Sure. I want to talk about icks. And right before we got started with this interview, we were talking about things that kind of irritate us when it comes to interacting with other people. I think one of the biggest things for myself about my sexuality is like people asking questions that have nothing to do with it. It's like, so why does it matter where my pussy goes at night? And who it goes with? Or who we go with? Or who we don't go with?
Exactly.
Like, especially if it ain't yours and it ain't you. So, you know, I guess it is very interesting seeing or hearing and knowing that the LGBTQ community is still kind of fighting them battles too. Being as it, you know, they say that the alphabet is building at all times. What are you guys doing to combat that? How are you guys capturing that and making sure that there's representation all the way around?
Our story, it builds upon itself each episode in each season. So the more we hear about things that go on in our community, the more we're going to take it and address it in the show. So anytime I hear something, I'm going to put it in the show. And that's
But not next week, but
not
like maybe next year.
but maybe next year.
But
they'll
or a few episodes.
Or a few episodes. Because we always go back and make additions and make adjustments to things that we've already written. So say if I see something today and I want to add it to probably episode 8, I'm going to. And it's an addition. They already seen it.
How do you add an addition to an episode? I'm having a hard
So
time.
we don't. So this season we've actually done things a lot different than we did our first season.
Yeah.
Our first season was pretty much write and film as you go. This season we really tackled like knocking our scripts out before we cast it and getting the idea of where we wanted to go with the second season. So I guess what she's saying is, let's say our entire season's already written, right? As far as we know where we're going with it. If something happens that it's like, that makes sense.
That makes sense.
And
we
it kind of goes,
we add it because we're still in the process of filming.
Okay.
We're still filming. Everything's already written.
But you might change.
We might change something.
It might go with
that
it,
way.
never know.
So you really don't. If a fan stops you on the street, you really can't tell them how this shit about to go because you might not really know how.
Yeah, because a lot of our cast members, they think they know how it's gonna go, and they don't.
Really?
Yeah.
So this is like a reality show.
So we didn't give them the full season scripts. We gave them like when we first cast, I think we gave them like the first 3, and it was like, yeah, you'll see how the rest goes.
Exactly.
So they're walking in the dark.
A little bit.
If I'm filling this vision out in my head, so this is like a reality show.
It's scripted.
A scripted but there's some reality aspect, like you said, because if there's
some
room for
reality
change.
aspects, absolutely.
We're definitely taking and they're the writers. I'm just an actress on the show, so I can definitely feel like, okay, getting like the first couple episodes and just having a general idea of like where my character is going to go, and then they do something where they'll send like secret script additions to like the people who are only those people who are in those scenes, and then like I think it was like episode 2 was the first episode that I saw, and I was like, I didn't read that in the script. I'm like,
I was gonna say like somebody threw a drink in your face.
No,
You're like, this wasn't in the script.
I'm like, hold on,
this part.
I'm like, what's going on? I'm like, oh my gosh, like I told them in the car, I said, I don't like that. I don't like
So
that.
we do that often, and even with like our finale episodes, we don't give the entire script to the whole cast. We only send them the parts that they're in. So when it's time for the finale to air, they don't know, and they'll see it when it gets on the screen.
I like that concept. I really like that concept. I can imagine you'd hate it as an actress, but as a viewer and as a consumer, just like not knowing that the castmates also don't know what the fuck is going on is great. Do you have a hard time with continuity and keeping things on track and making sure that you got things all together still, or not everybody shrugged?
I mean, honestly, I feel like me and Tish know how to finesse. So if anything happens, we make it work.
Okay.
And I guess my motto is like, you can't make everybody happy.
No.
So,
Absolutely.
I know what my end goal is. Like, I want to be an actress. I'm going to be on TV. That's just what it's going to be. I know, like, this is a passion for her. So being somebody to, like, come into it and help her out, it's like, whatever needs to get done, we're just going to have to get it done. Like, whatever it takes.
It's for the team.
Yeah, and because I'm in college, I go to Virginia State University. So when I'm at school, Tish holds the fort down here.
Okay.
And she makes sure everything gets done in a timely fashion.
What are some road bumps, issues, and confrontations that y'all have run into? Because I'm sure, you can't have a story without conflict. I'm gonna always say that. Come on, tell me the truth. Tell me the truth. I'm curious. What y'all be arguing about?
Oh, I can
I'll say that. Let me tell you something.
I could.
People are not on time sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes people don't study their lines. Tish.
But
You
for
know what's
me,
coming.
they just know that if I know that you don't know your lines, or if you've been late, there's gonna be a problem. But it's just like knowing your lines is like the biggest problem we've had. Tish knows how to finesse.
So I okay,
But not everybody
Sometimes,
can finesse.
but not everybody.
because I
can
write,
finesse.
so it's
Yeah,
like I be
so
knowing everybody
She'll
else's story.
she'll write something, or I'll write something, and then we'll get to set, and she forgets what we wrote. But she makes it work.
I'm not here to judge.
But that's really mostly what
You can't
our
tell.
main issues that we have is just being on time and not knowing your lines.
Well, that's not the worst thing in the world. Then I'm thinking y'all got some worse shit in the fall. Like, being on time, it's bad.
Yeah,
This season is a blessing.
it is.
I'm gonna just say that.
It
like
definitely
our
is.
cast, they all have I wouldn't say the same vision, but they believe in the vision.
Absolutely.
Of Sheeta series and how far it can really go. And I think we didn't really season 1 was, it was cool. We met people, we did things. It was a learning
We
curve.
also kind of rushed season 1.
Yeah.
Because it was like that peak point, not even the peak point, like the second peak of COVID.
Yeah, I was gonna say this probably
Yeah.
happened all
So
during COVID.
everybody got sick, and then we had to push it
Me.
back, and so it was Tish. She kicked it off, and then everybody ended up.
I
getting
got sick like
but
2 days before Christmas.
2 days before Christmas. But we kind of had to like work with what we had to get the season done, and we got it done, and we got fairly great feedback from season 1, which is why we continue with a season 2, and we learned from the things that we did in season 1 to adjust to how we get things done in season 2.
What advice would you offer to other creatives who are maybe, I don't want to say in the same field, but are kind of coming through those same struggles of working with a team and getting things done on time and having a changing storyline even? What advice would you offer?
I would say to stick to your story. Don't change your story for anybody.
I'm sorry.
Don't change your story for anybody, but also be prepared for the negative and the positive. Because we don't have that many, but we could get people here and there who have something negative to say about our series.
You
But
can say our shit about our shit about our shit.
about our shit, but it's kind of just like,
I hate to ask,
Take it
but
with a
like,
grain
what
of
kind
salt.
hate? Like,
I mean, just little small things, like literally the smallest thing. Oh, her hair was different in this. Her hair was like this last time, and her hair is like this time. Why didn't you guys pay attention to that?
so nitpicking.
Nitpicking. We don't really get a lot of like negativity.
I was gonna say, ain't no adversity.
Yeah, we don't really get a lot of negativity because even though our quality is still working to get to its best point, our storyline is what keeps people coming back.
Okay. What do you think that the biggest factor is to getting your quality to where it needs to be? Do you think it's a team thing, a money thing?
Money.
Definitely
Yeah,
coins.
we do need money. But more so, I feel like more so it's money. Because I export everything on a laptop. So
Okay.
yeah. So like
as an editor, I get it.
exporting on a laptop is kind of like it lowers the quality, and then when you upload to YouTube, YouTube lowers the quality as well. So exporting on a desktop, whenever I decide to get one, I'll be able to export in 4K, and then when it uploads to YouTube, it's HD.
Okay.
So just
So it's not about the quality of
not
the
even
work
the
as much
quality
as
of the
it is
work,
the quality of the
of
things.
the equipment. Exactly.
And
Because
we do self-fund everything. Like
Yeah,
our,
we
the
self-fund
photo shoots that
everything.
we do, anytime that we have to book a space to film in for a scene or anything like that, we're, Tish is, paying for stuff, or we're all coming together and chipping in money to do things.
Yep.
Like we did do the soundtrack. Everybody's on that's on the soundtrack all contributed to the studio sessions, the engineering costs, and all of that stuff. So
And like photo shoots, I do all the photo shoots. Filming wise, me and Tish do all the filming. So we do everything by ourselves.
Why do you think that it was important to do these things for you and by you? Because I'm sure that you get outsourced for some of these things.
Me, I just feel like the series is like my baby. So I'm kind of hesitant with letting other people
Hold your toddler.
do
Why
certain
would I let you hold my
things.
kid if I don't
Yeah, so like even with Tish when she started writing, I am very hesitant with letting people see my scripts and letting people see my story. But when Tish sort of had the same work ethic and the same passion as I did for writing, it was easy for me to let her come in to be a writer.
Okay.
So with filming, I like stuff to look a certain way.
Of course.
That's me. And I don't want to have like a videographer who's like, well, I think it'll look better this way. No, I said this way, and this is how it's going to be. So
That's that Scorpio.
Oh, you're a Scorpio.
yes, I am.
Oh,
I told you.
okay. We did do this. We did do some sign things before y'all got here.
So it's just, you know, unless it's me or Tish, we figure it out. I like to learn how to do things by myself.
Yeah. Okay.
Anything that I want to do, I'm going to teach myself how to do it, and it's going to get done by me.
But
I think I like you.
no,
I like your perspective.
you like the
I think
Leo.
I like you all. You're all great women. You guys are great.
Or you just want to be the favorite.
God, there's room for everybody to be my favorite.
No.
But when we're talking about the storyline of things, does anyone want to give me a synopsis of season 2? Just kind of a. If this was a trailer and you got to pitch us
Hello, everyone.
on season 2, what would it be?
It's Desiree
Come on,
coming at you. Okay, so the synopsis of season 2, we really tap into the theme, which is ghetto love story.
Okay.
So you see several different people in relationships, not quite in relationships, learning
Situationships.
situationships, trying to just figure it out, like the day to day. Myself, I play Desiree. I'm the manager of the She Lounge, which is the club that Tish's character Ty is the owner of. So we work closely together. Then we have people who, you know, work in the club setting. We have a DJ, we have her manager, we have, you know, bartenders and things like that. So that's really like the core, like the main characters. And then we have other supporting characters like our security, our friends and things like that. So we all just kind of tie together, and there's their drama, there's your like your relationship tea, will they or won't they, who is she, what's up with them. Yeah, that's it.
I like that.
It's lots of juicy good stuff. You know, you get some love, you get some like hood shit, and you know,
Some ghetto
we keeping it
love.
real. Ghetto love story from the city, real life shit.
I like that. I really like that. Do any of these romances carry off camera? Like, do they date them in real life, or is this just something? that happens in-
Nobody that is connected in season 2 actually date each other.
Also, that energy we might see on camera may not be real.
We have some great actors.
We have some amazing actors.
Y'all got any sex scenes? Y'all tackled that yet?
Yes.
Yes.
Did you?
Episode,
Yes.
episode 4 just dropped last night.
Yes.
Oh
yes.
shit!
Very-
Okay, well, I'm not gonna spoil it because now I kind of really want to check out. the
You
series.
gotta watch it,
You
girl.
gotta watch
But why you getting so? Do you see? This is the only time she's been
She's in
quiet.
the
Why you
scene.
put your head down, Tish?
She's in it.
You in that sex scene? You doing the sex? You doing it? You bumping uglies? You want to walk me through that scene, or just give me a glimpse into it?
He's in it.
Oh, you're in it too.
We're in the scene.
Wow, y'all in the scene.
Yes.
Oh,
I filmed it.
Yes.
okay. Damn, she
Yeah.
is the
So,
series.
I mean, it's awkward, of course, because like we work together. I mean, we are actresses,
Sure.
great, but we have like built this like family. We call ourselves like the She family. So it's like that's how we look at each other. So it's like when we get that scene in the script, it's like, come on.
I gotta kiss her again. Oh my god.
It's just like, what? So, we just always make sure that whoever is doing whatever is comfortable with it. Nothing, that we don't want to be shown, we won't do it or anything like that. But she's a mess. She's a fool all the time.
That's okay.
She get on my nerves, like, yeah. So it was awkward and nerve-wracking, but it happened.
I will say on a serious tip, I think that women, we almost asterisk, always provide safe spaces for one another and comfort in one another. And I don't think that we always get those in male spaces or male dominated spaces, like to make sure that everybody's okay with this scene or make sure that everybody's cool with this script. And if we're not feeling comfortable, how do we make this comfortable for everybody? So I love that you're touching on that.
Yeah, absolutely. And because we're all friends, like we can have real conversations with each other, like, okay, this is a no, we're not doing this.
You a
don't
bad
do this,
kisser for
don't
real.
do that.
Because
Which we didn't have to.
Yeah, when we want to like put certain things in the script or add certain things in the script, and even when we interview everybody, we ask them what are they comfortable with.
Okay.
Are you comfortable with adult content? Everybody said yeah, but I mean, just still going back and being like, okay, are you okay with doing this? Every time. Look at her.
Yes,
There she
Tish.
go.
Yes, Tish.
I was just gonna say, Netflix, Tubi, if y'all watching, you know what I'm saying. We could give y'all more of that if y'all sponsor.
But
if the
our-
season needed it.
Definitely. Like
I guess somebody else do it.
our feedback from season 1 was kind of like everybody wanted more intimacy, where season 1 was kind of like street shit. Like that's what it was.
Can I be honest?
Yeah.
I think that a lot of people are curious about gay sex in general
Yeah.
because they just
Absolutely.
don't know. It's like, so who did it? Who's on top? Who's on bottom? Who went where? And you know what I mean? And so, like, if a heterosexual viewer is watching, they're just like,
And there's a lot of them.
like,
Yeah.
how,
There's a
how-
lot of
how
them.
does this work? And so they're
Almost-
looking for that. So maybe that's why they're asking.
Yeah, and a lot. To be honest, when we look at like our analytics of our channel, half of our viewers are male.
Oh, but are they active in the comments too? Or are they watching quietly?
They're active in the comments. They
Wow.
tune in when we have like our live premieres. They chat in there. Yeah,
And these are straight men.
straight men.
A lot of them are at my job. I ain't mean to push y'all out there, but they at my job. They
Yeah.
I want to know. I
They be
want to. I
ready.
want to get into the mind of a viewing man. Then at that point, just so I can make sure their intentions is good. I would just be curious, and I'm glad that you're being received so well. I know going back a little bit, we talked about money. Would you want this show to be picked up by like an entity, a network? Are you open to that at this? Yeah,
Yes.
Hallelujah.
I would like it to
Amen.
be picked up,
Praise him.
and we have sole creatorship, ownership.
On your
But
Mona
y'all
Scott type shit.
Yeah, and y'all just pay me to do
Just
it.
pay me.
Mm.
Pay me and pay the people. Pay me so I can pay the people.
That's a good vision, but I mean, if you're already 2 seasons in, imagine what you could do with a budget. Imagine what you could do with a cast.
movie.
Absolutely.
A movie.
She is the movie.
She's the movie.
She is the movie. I don't know. I'm just saying. You talked about your she is family. Did I get that right? She the family. She the family.
She
Okay.
fan.
Thank you. She is.
She gang.
She is family. She the family. They went really hard for y'all in the comments.
Absolutely.
Like they really. I can't. Y'all saw how I picked it.
Yes.
This is an endless scroll, but they had to go really hard for you for that scroll to work. How have your supporters helped contribute to the growth of the series? As I begin my scroll. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just a viewer in season 1, so I was not on the show at all until season 2.
Oh, so you just
And-
jumped on the bed. You had said I got to
I
be a part of
literally,
this.
I was out somewhere and I was like, you know what? I'm going to audition for that show when it come out. Literally, that was a Sunday. Monday, they dropped an announcement about auditions, and I was just like, I'm doing it. I feel like overall, like as a cast, we're very supportive of each other. Any promotion that we need for the show and whatever outside endeavors we have, we're always on it and supporting each other. Our friends and our family are always on it. I think myself, I'm even surprised sometimes at how people I know are actively watching the show, always giving feedback on like Instagram and their stories and just like going all in. They're like really into the show. I think that, just individually, we have some really good people in our lives that whatever they can do to support the show, they absolutely will do. Like on the music piece, we have Tish has a producer, and I have a producer as well that send us a bunch of songs and a bunch of beats to use throughout the show for transitions, for us to use for our soundtrack as well, and didn't ask for anything in return. So I think that everyone who sees the vision, supports us individually, supports the show, they're really just like pushing us forward and like giving us that gas to just keep going and growing.
Well, it really does take a village, honestly, and especially when you're unsure about your ideas. Like, I think it's fire that you could watch it and be a part of that shit. Like the next week, you're like, you know what? I think I have something to contribute to this story. I think I got something to say. You know what I mean? I love that. With the rest of the year still ahead of us, do you have any particular visions for the season? Have you already gotten into season 3, 4, 5, and 6? Or are you still on 2? Trying to see it through.
Season 3 will be dropping in 2023.
Really? So we're gonna finish this one out and still get another season in this year.
Yep. Right behind each other.
What keeps you so focused on it?
It's a passion. It's something that I love to do. I love writing. I love filming. I love the whole aspect of creating something. So why stop? Why take a break when I can just keep going?
I be taking breaks because I need a nap.
I
be
feel
needing a
like,
nap.
I mean, because I'm in school, so like, She the Series is my outlet from schoolwork. Is what I have fun doing.
This is fun to you.
It's fun.
Okay.
And it's a passion, and I love it.
I'm scrolling over here because I'm going to the next.
Oh, we
word.
know.
So you knew what was happening.
We knew.
Okay, I'm just doing.
We was
due
watching
diligence.
Big
It's about
JJ. We was like
3,000 comments now. Now
3,000?
Yeah, we about
Zing.
3. That was OC. It's definitely OC. So I'm just scrolling back and forth. I'm gonna take a couple of them, just so I got a couple of screenshots. Okay. Someone want to tell me when to stop?
to the tippy and stop.
Okay. All right. Let's see here. That's crazy. It's Utah.
Hey,
Y'all went that hard, but the second one next to it is a DMV clothing line. I'm a one-man team out here grinding and encourage people to stop complaining so much and do the work to get where you want to be in life. Just say less and do more. It's simple. Would be dope to share my story and tips on how to help people and other business owners on how to get their start. So
that's what's up.
Say less
Because
apparel.
I need help getting some stuff together. I might need to talk to that person.
Yeah, well, Say Less Apparel seems to be the person. So I will
Say
put
less.
that one on the screenshots, and then I'm going to pick one more.
I've heard of them.
Yeah, say less.
Yeah, listen, I'm really trying to lie, so I don't be trying to say I did or I did not hear it. 'Cause then I'll be wrong. I'm going to pick 2,
That's what's up.
just so I can make sure I get a running. You tell me when.
Stop.
Okay. My name is Key. I'm a local barber and aspiring youth mentor. Well, you ain't got to aspire. You can do that today. This past year, I started another clothing line to help support my idea of starting a nonprofit youth barber program of any kid wanting to use the skill with the heavy youth crime in the city. I'm hoping to be someone to help show them you can be a good living and be your own boss and have fun while you're doing it. I've participated in a few community events and I've done some volunteer, but I still have a struggle reaching my target audience. Ooh, talk to me about getting your audience in front of you and stuff like that, because you ain't always start with 1 million fans.
Yeah.
So,
Really?
did you start out with a fan base?
Actually, no. Oh, well, yeah. So I had a web series before She the Series. It's no longer on YouTube. It was called Kilos. I wrote it when I was in high school. Killers, Informers, Liars, Oppositions, and Secrets. And we had a small fan base from Kilos.
Okay.
And then we transitioned into She the Series, and then a lot of our viewers stayed. But then I feel like it grew because of the story.
Okay.
And the people that I have, their connections, and it just went from there. Plus, everybody loves, well, the LGBTs. The L and the LGBTs love a good web series.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Well, I will be checking in on She the Series.
Absolutely.
I got it right this time, right? She got it. I'm making sure with Sam. To the DMV and beyond, you can watch this interview and more at Little Bacon Bear at littlebaconbear.com. But where can we watch the series at? Season 2.
You can watch She the Series on YouTube. Search She the Series on YouTube. You can follow us on Instagram and TikTok. She.the.series.
And make sure y'all stream She the Music
Okay.
on all platforms.
Sam, you be
Soundtrack.
singing?
Huh?
You be singing on the soundtrack?
Actually, I'm a rapper.
My name is Einar.
Anyway, speaking of the soundtrack, I just want to say a huge shout out to the whole She the Music team. That's myself, Minx Lee, Tish, who goes by T-Sai. We also have Mariva J, Cherokee J, and Key Royal.
And huge shout out to the whole She fam. She the Series would not be anything without them. And yeah.
And shout out to Big Bacon Bear. What she talking about?
Big
Little
Bacon Bear.
Big Bacon
Yeah.
Bear. It's big Leo energy. Like,
Thank you.
yes.
Thank you.
And don't forget, we bought you some merch.
I want to. Hold on.
Shout out to the Tasty Shop. So we got an exclusive little, everybody loves
She.
Everybody loves She. Everybody loves She. Yeah.
Yes.
I got on the
Varsity. She the Series tie joint. And I got a headband in here too for when I get to sweating. Thank you guys so much.
Oh, that's our She Lounge
that's our
shirt
She
for the club.
Lounge.
That's that's a club.
that's
The club
tee.
uniform. Yeah.
That's when I want to be a bottle girl at the She Lounge. I'm crying.
That'll be dope. We should probably do that.
Well, thanks, y'all.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
Uh-huh, honey.